Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing the Book of Boba Fett Season 1, or maybe just the full series. I don't know if there will be more seasons, but the show's from showrunner Robert Rodriguez, who directed 3 episodes of the season, along with Steph Green, Kevin Tancharion, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Dave Filoni, which the series is mainly written by Jon Favreau, but Filoni also wrote the episode he directed. But the series stars Tamara Morrison as Boba Fett, Ming-Na as Fennec Shand, and Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian, or Din Djarin. And it was 7 episodes long and aired from December 29th, 2021 to February 9th, 2022. So yeah, honestly, I was kind of a little bit disappointed in the series. I'm definitely a big Boba Fett fan, so I was excited for the series. For him to get his own live action story. I probably would have been a lot more excited if he didn't appear in The Mandalorian Season 2 and this wasn't a direct spin-off of The Mandalorian. But I still definitely was excited. I really liked the episode Robert Rodriguez directed in The Mandalorian Season 2. As the 6th episode, Season 2, Chapter 14, the Tragedy, I think it was called. I really love that episode. It's, one of my favorite episodes of The Mandalorian. But I just wasn't into the series. The episodes Rodriguez directed, I wasn't as big of a fan of. It just was very different than the episode he directed of The Mandalorian. My biggest problem with the show was that, there's points of the show where it really wasn't Boba Fett's show. Episodes 5 and 6, Boba Fett, doesn't really appear in them very much. Episode 5 doesn't appear at all. In episode 6, he appears but doesn't have a speaking role. So, he just did not appear for a good chunk of the series, and just with only being 7 episodes long, and the average length being 40 to 50 minutes, so, it's just not super long. I just wish it, focused just on Boba Fett, more than what was going on with Din and Grogu. I was fine with Din showing up. In fact, I was hoping he would show up and kind of just expecting that he would show up as, it's a spinoff of The Mandalorian. But I kind of wish he had a role more like Boba Fett's role in The Mandalorian Season 2, where he, is there just the kind of, The Mandalorian, but was there to help Din out. Obviously, the first episode, he kind of does take over the episode, which I was fine with, Din's first episode appearing in the show, maybe kind of taking it over a little bit, but still Boba being present. So, I did not really like that, and then I don't like that Grogu was in the series. It's weird now that, at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2 ends with Grogu heading off with Luke. In Season 3, unless it picks up before the Book of Boba Fett, but if it picks up after the events of the Book of Boba Fett, Din is just going to be back with Grogu. They kind of shoved all that into this series, which I kind of wish they saved that for The Mandalorian Season 3. I just was not a fan of all that happening in this show. But, I say all that, but the 2 episodes where Boba is sidelined, I thought were very good episodes. If they were episodes of The Mandalorian, I would have really liked them a lot more. Definitely the 5th episode, The Return of the Mandalorian, I thought was an excellent episode, but it's a kind of a weaker episode of the Book of Boba Fett because Boba Fett is not in it. But then, the 6th episode with Grogu and Luke, I like that. Obviously, I've talked enough about deep fake human or CGI human characters. I don't like it. I don't like Luke how he is. The deep fake CGI, whatever it is. I don't like it. And in my review for the episode, I said if this episode was like an animated show and was all animated, I would have really liked it. And been perfectly fine with it all. But because it's live action, I just don't like all that stuff. It's just weird to me. But I've talked enough about that already. But yeah. But because I said this episodes 5 and 6 I really liked and thought were some of the best of the series. This stuff, the more Boba Fett centric episodes, I just thought were kind of, definitely episodes 1 through 4, I thought were kind of jumpy all over the place. There's a lot of flashbacks, a lot of present day stuff, and I just don't think this show gave enough time to develop all of the stuff. Definitely the present day stuff of Boba rolling Tatooine and whatnot just was so underdeveloped, and when the finale came along, I didn't care enough. The main conflict with the Pikes, I just thought was kind of boring. I liked how, the flashbacks did kind of have the Pikes appear, and, obviously we then learned in the finale that the Pikes were the ones who killed the Tuskens in the flashbacks, what Boba was with. But, I just thought the Pikes were kind of just boring as villains. There was the one Pike leader who I guess was kind of a main villain, but, they just really don't. I think there's really only one scene where Boba interacts with that Pike. So, he doesn't really interact with any Pike. Obviously, Cad Bane does appear, and I really like the stuff of Cad Bane in the series. I kind of just wish he was introduced earlier to kind of give more to him. And also I kind of just wish they used the Hutts as the main villains instead of the Pikes. When the Hutts appeared in the the second episode, I think it was, I was so into that. I really loved that moment. It was a cool reveal. Definitely because we haven't seen the Hutts in live action. Really, I guess kind of see them in the Jabba in the prequels, but not really since Return of the Jedi. We haven't had a main Hutt conflict in live action, so I was excited to see that, and it kind of just was wrapped up in the third episode, and then it turned into the Pikes. I just wish they kept the Hutts, and or just didn't use the Hutts at all, and just introduced the Pikes earlier, and introduced Cad Bane earlier. I feel like more villain stuff there would have made it a little more interesting. But as for most of the characters, like most of the new ones introduced, there's the modders, I guess. It's really the only really new ones introduced. I didn't really care for them too much. Obviously, they were kind of silly, but that didn't really bother me too much. I'll get more on that in a little bit. But I did enjoy Boba's character arc. That's probably my favorite thing of the season. I liked seeing his character change. Like in the flashbacks with the Tuskens, and becoming obviously less of a bounty hunter and more of a a leader, I guess. More of someone who's willing to work together with others instead of on his own like a bounty hunter. I enjoyed his time with the Tuskens and all that, but there's the final duel with Boba and Cad Bane. I really liked it, but one thing I said, I wish we got more development on everything you wanted to do with rolling Tatooine. I just wish there was more there. But Fennec in the series, I wish she had more to do. She, gets about one flashback episode, which I really liked her in that. But other than that, she's kind of just Boba's second in command. you see your kind of doubt how Boba's rolling and whatnot. And I wish we got more focused in on that, a little more there, and just kind of more for her doing the finale. She's not really there too much. But I wish we got to see her more fleshed out than we did in the than what we actually end up getting. So yeah, but that's my complaints for the show. I know earlier I mentioned that there's a lot of cheesiness to the show at some points, which I had fun with it. It didn't bother me as much. It was maybe a little bit too cheesy, but I was still fine with that. And not, but quick just run down what I liked. I liked Boba's character arc. I definitely enjoyed that. I wish there was more with him rolling Tatooine. I like seeing Cobb Vanth again. I love Cobb Vanth. Cad Bane in live action was great. The Return of the Mandalorian episode was a very good episode. I really like this stuff with the Tuskens. Even though I do wish it kind of ended a little bit better than what it did, and kind of wish there was a little more payoff in the present day stuff. Though I was fine with what we got. I like that reveal of the Hutts, but it didn't pay off in any interesting way. Whatnot. But obviously something I didn't really like. The Pikes, I didn't care for them. Wish Fennec had more to do. I didn't like how Din and Grogu kind of took over a little bit. I did not like that the show was doing so many different plot lines in only 7 episodes. It's trying to be 3 shows at once, and that's my main complaint with the show. Yeah, but it is what it is. I thought there was some good individual episodes, but the season as a whole package just did not work as well as I was hoping it to. So yeah, I'm hoping future Mandalorian spin-offs, like obviously the only one we know of right now is Ahsoka. Obviously there was the Rangers of the New Republic show, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be happening anymore. I do hope Ahsoka, and if there is more spin-offs, they kind of are still their own thing more than what this ended up being. So yeah, but my grade, I'll give it a C. So yeah, but anyways, I've been Star Wars Review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Mutually beneficial. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?